Welcome back to the Sound for More channel and welcome back to another tutorial on Groove Rider 2. In this video we are going to explore how to edit samples using the sampler. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Additionally, if you would like to support what I do, please do check the instruction contained in each video description. Thank you again. So, Groove Rider 2. Let's first of all create a new pattern. Okay, and there we are. Next we go to the sound section. We remove the default layer and we are going to add a sampler as a layer. As you well know, if we bring up the keys here, we don't have any sounds at the moment because we don't have any sample loaded. So we have seen how to load sample. We've seen the loop modes, slicing, all the different controls. This time we are going to go into the edit mode. First of all, let's load the sample and let's load a piano note, which I used before. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to slightly lower the master because sometimes that is quite high. Next, you can see this is the waveform that we have. We are going to click on edit and here we are presented with the sample edit screen. Okay, so the first thing that we can do is normalize the waveform. So here you have a button, you click on it and it will normalize it. I also recommend that when you click here on the X, that you click save. What it does, it doesn't save the sample against the original sample, but save it in the context of the project. And as we have exited the sample edit screen, I recommend that you actually turn off warp at the moment, and because we don't want any adjustment to the sample pitch or tempo, okay, which will be explained in another tutorial. Let's go back to the edit of the sample. So now we have that waveform which has been normalized. Okay, other thing you can do, here you have a button which says M for mono, S to stereo. Okay, convert. Click on it and it will ask you to convert the mono to stereo, and let's click convert. Now you have a stereo waveform. You can convert it back to mono. When you do that, it's going to ask you to combine the left and right channel, or take only the left or right channel, or the difference. I'm going to say take only the left only channel. Okay, next thing I want to show you is you can reverse the waveform like so. It will take a very, very long time, right, to get to the beginning here, to play in reverse. Now, if you click X and you do discard, what you can see is that when you go back to it, it hasn't saved the changes. Okay, so just to remember that again. So one thing you can do, you can see this position here is the start of selection of a region, and this is the end as well. So what you can do is position it there, like so, and then you can say trim it. And what it will do, it will remove this part and keep this one which is selected. Okay, that's much better. If I reverse it now. Okay, perfect. Right, of course, if I exit, click on the save button, there it is reversed. Now, if I play forward, of course, they will play in reverse. And if I was to play reverse, they will play almost if it was right, well, in the right way. Of course, I want to play forward. Let's go back to the edit screen and reverse it again. Okay, so we have seen how to normalize, how to convert from mono to stereo and vice versa, and how to trim and select a different region. The other thing as well you will notice is if you click anywhere, it will show you the marker here, or the locator. And then you can click and hold on the button to move to the right or left, like so. If you move to the left, you move the locator. If you move to the right, you create that region selection. Okay, so let's say that we do this selection here. I can do fade out there. It will do a fade out only for what is selected. So, and that's quite interesting because then I could do another fade out there, like so. you almost create a delay type of effect. Now, if you press undo up here, it doesn't work. It says close sample editor first, because that is outside the editor. But you have an undo button here, so click on it to reverse the changes. Okay, if I was to apply fade out now, it will apply to the entire selection like so, undo. And similar, if I was doing fade in now, you can see it fade out too much, I would say. To avoid that, I would click undo, and probably what I would do, I would just select just a little bit of the beginning there and do a fade in there. Having said that, click undo now, click exit. So click save. You probably obtain almost the same effect, just giving an attack here to the envelope. Right? A bit more. Yeah. So it depends how much useful that is, just to do a little bit of fade in at the beginning, but of course that might be useful for other reason. You can change the overall gain. So if you find that after normalization that 100% is too much, so let's say we go to 70% of that amplitude, and you can see that it has reduced it. Now, if you do, again, it still starts from 100% of what you have at the moment, okay? Of course, what you can also do, you can click a part of the waveform and say cut, and you can see it has collapsed this part into the first part there. Again, click undo. So similar, you can do copy and paste, right? It works similar way. Okay, again, exit, click save, right? Here is what I want to show you now next. Move the start like so, okay? And move the left like so. Now go to edit, and you can see the locators have changed position, okay? There is a locator R for read and W for write, okay? So every time, even if you disable this, okay, and you can see it's respecting the loop. If now I move these like so at the beginning, this one at the end, like so, and I click exit, they're still there, right? It still respects what was selected outside the sample edit screen. However, let's go into edit. Again, now let's remove the R and click the W for write, and let's set this one there, okay? Let's click X. You can see now it has respected the start of the sample, but it has moved the start of the sample here at the bottom of the dial. Let's set this one back there. Let's click to edit. It has respected it, but it moved this one back the end in terms of length, because it's respecting the length. Again, I moved this one to the end. I exit is not respected because I needed to click write and then write the changes on the sample. And there you go. They are actually respected. So that's something to remember, right? Again, if I say write and I do like so, right? And perhaps highlight these, I'm writing, there it is, they are respecting. Now, if I go inside, again, if I press a key here, it will start from that sample. Let's say that I remove the R, okay? And now click a note, it will start from that sample. Let's say that I click this one here. I will position the locator here, and I don't have the read on. It will start from the beginning of the original sample. And it ignores the locator here, but if I select read, it will move the locator to what was defined, because I have read mode on. Hopefully that comes across in the right way. Okay, next, what I want to show you is recording. Now you have a record button, and in order to record, you need to select an input. Now, at the moment, it's selected to take the input from the master out, which you can use to resample, but you can take from an audio input or different parts, which is really great. Let's leave it to master out. Okay, the next we are going to load a default pattern like so, and again we are going to ensure that the master is a bit lower. There you are. Now I know the part 14, 15, and 16 are now used, so I go to part 16, I go to the sound again, remove that particular synth layer, add back the sampler. Now if I don't want to load a sample now, I want to record. So click on edit. Because there is no sample loaded, it's asking me to create a new sample, which I click on create, which is fine. At this point, we can click on record, and then we can click play, and it will record what is coming from the input, which is selected as a master. And when I want to finish recording, click on record, okay, and it will stop recording. If you click on stop, it will continue to record, but it will not record anything because the input will be not there. So click play. Okay, that is what I have recorded over there. Now let's clean it up a little bit, as you've seen earlier. So we can select the beginning there and the end there and select trim. There it is. By the way, you can use pinch in like so, and then swipe to zoom in and move your sample, and then you can do refine adjustment. Again, trim to be more accurate, and then pinch out like so. And then, for example, I could say move there and trim. Okay. By the way, the dot you see at the top, they are the recognition of transient, okay, which are really useful, of course, for slicing, okay, but also for other things like warp modes, as I will explain in the next upcoming tutorial. Now let's click X. It will ask you to save. Yep, perfect. Now we could set it as a loop, for example, which we have seen before. Yeah, pretty good, right? And that is how you edit samples, and also how you resample, record what is being played, etc., etc. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and as always, see you next time. Bye.